Welcome to Access and Conversation. From Utah to London, in conversation with Joel Brown and company dancer DeMarco Sleeper. Joel Brown is an American dancer and singer-songwriter based in London. He toured internationally with Access Dance Company from 2012 to 2014 and Candoco Dance Company from 2015 to present. He's performed works by and in collaboration with choreographers such as Arlene Phillips, Trisha Brown, Yasmin Goddard, Mark Brew, Sebastian Grubb, Yvonne Rainer, and recently played the lead role as a singer, dancer, actor in a 28-show run of The Lost Thing, directed by Ben Wright at the Royal Opera House in London. Please join me in welcoming Joel Brown in conversation with DeMarco Sleeper.
Great. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here and have this opportunity to talk to you. Just get a little bit more insight on your journey.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
No problem.
Nice to talk to you too.
Cool. Can I ask you what's your first memory of dance, and when did you realize you had a love for it?
Dance has always been a part of my life because my mother is a dancer, and her passion was teaching children's dance. So me and all my siblings grew up doing creative modern dance in my mom's children's dance company. More than that, my father was a gymnast and he taught a bit as well. So I've sort of always been dancing. And even my mother's aunt, Virginia Tanner, is quite an influential dancer in dance pedagogy and professional dance in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I'm from. So I'm sort of a third generation, actually. And I became a full-time dancer when I joined Access in 2012. And I really liked it, but it was even a year or two after that when it really clicked that I loved what I was doing and kind of digged in my heels and kept going.
That's exciting. Yeah, I think the Access Dance Company, we toured in Salt Lake City, and we some of us had an what's the word I'm looking for? Not an intensive, but kind of like a workshop at the Tanner Dance Studio.
Yeah. It's really great.
Well, okay, just moving right along. Can I ask you if Access was your first involvement with physically integrated dance, or had you been involved with dancing in a physically integrated setting before?
Access was my first physically integrated setting, for sure. I have been disabled for a long time, and I've been dancing for a long time, so I don't know if we can say that just because the fact that I'm disabled and I'm dancing at a high school dance, maybe that, so, but the first time I actively was with a group of, physically was with Access. And it was really, I was kind of thrown into the deep end because before I joined Access, my experience with dance, even though as I brag about my ancestry, the reality is I didn't study dance in depth. I studied music. So I danced here and there with my brother Graham. More and more dance is in the family. But I had a point. Well, when I was with Access, I was thrown into the deep end artistically because it's a high level artistically. But also it was the first time that I was experiencing disability as an experience other than my own experience. And I've been in a wheelchair since I was 9. And I always played wheelchair basketball or did things like that. But really that was just like kids coming together on a Saturday and playing basketball. So the experiencing disability as a much broader thing than my own experience. And also realizing how political it is, how lots of things. So yeah, Access was a great deep end learning curve for me.
Yeah, no, it sounds like just having the experience of jumping right into it and just spending the time there has helped.
Especially politically, the Bay Area. Crip Camp, if you've seen it, that documentary, the Bay Area is one of the birthplace of the disability rights movement in America. And so, you know, being with Judy Smith and Bonnie Lukowitz and many others. And have you seen Crip Camp?
Yeah. I
It's
haven't
so
I haven't gotten a chance to be like involved or anything, but I definitely have looked it up and see see what it's
well,
about.
I was watching that documentary. It was amazing. And then you know what? I know a lot of those people. Like they're Bonnie's friends. Like I've had dinner with some of them, you know. Anyway, it was so the Bay Area is really a cool place in terms of arts, activism, things like that.
I definitely had to come into the realization of it being like one of the first places, as well as like implementing accessibility, you know, just around. So I definitely like love being here as well. Yeah, can I ask you then, just with being in the physically integrated professional setting, like what kind of challenges have come up? You know, just like building your craft and becoming a professional dancer in the field.
I think even it's challenging. It's challenging having a really unique experience, and sometimes I call it unique sadness. And what that means is, for me, even though you're with a group of people that you love and they love you, and you're all dancing together, whatever. I lacked the traditional dance education that I think most people take for granted in terms of being with a group of people with similar bodies to you. So I have my entire dance career, I've always been the only one in a wheelchair, for example. So that's about 8-9 years now. And that's fine. That's fine. But there's sort of a kind of a lot of loneliness there's broader concepts. There's broader concepts around contact, improvisation, translation. All those things are great, and we can all learn those together. But some of the more specific, explicit physical details, you kind of have to figure out yourself. And that's okay. But it's tough, maybe.
Yeah, no, I feel like everybody definitely wants to find like their group and then be able to benefit and from the group and be able to benefit the group, you know. And I mean that in terms of like certain people want to be with certain type of race. People with a certain type of disability want to be with different people with their similar types of disabilities. I've noticed working with children who have Down syndrome, like they thrive in general, yes, but like it's just the feeling of being around other kids who are like them makes sense. So it's just like bringing.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I don't need to be surrounded by other people in wheelchairs. It's just, and even if you say that, I'm surrounded by people in wheelchairs. The truth is, like, wheelchairs themselves are so different, like as an object, and then you got to put a person who's got some disability. You know, it's this like, it's a huge range. So to say that I would learn more things with people in wheelchairs, maybe not. It's just something you take for granted. I think something about normality, something about at the same time you get too comfortable with that and you miss out on something. So I don't mean to complain. Really, I don't. But acknowledging it is fine, and I think it's probably a ubiquitous feeling that everyone feels, even in different ways. So
yeah, I feel that 100%. Definitely not like I won't survive if I don't have my posse of other care users. It's not that kind of.
Yeah.
So I feel that for sure. Well, okay. I see it's definitely like a lot darker there than here, so I won't keep it your answer. But can I ask you a final question?
Sure.
Where do you see yourself, just in general, but also in the arts world community or in the dance community in 5 years from now?
Whatever trajectory I'm on, which is like performing and dancing, and a little bit of singing and acting. Like lately, recently I did that big show at the Royal Opera House. I was a singer. I played basically like a little boy. I didn't have a beard. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. I would like to continue performing in dancing, but also in more capacities, such as singing, music, acting. My acting cred or talents is quite small, but I could get there, I think. And then I want to continue making things and research, dance research, and as we're talking about the value in being around people with more similar physicalities to you. I would love to do more specific research with people in chairs. And as I said, I know that's actually a broad spectrum, but I'd love to do research with people in chairs surrounding floor work, like chair work. And personally, I'm really interested in aerial stuff. So, and then hopefully maybe, yeah. So continue being an artist in different ways. Hopefully.
Yeah. No. Well, that's exciting. That's great. It sounds like you said some like goals for lack of better words that are really great to work towards. And I wish you the best as well. Just like advancing your craft and like learning more and just giving more to the community and to the world.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Well, I'll end it there. I'll let you get some rest, and I hope to talk more with you in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that very much. Thank you, DeMarco. Thank you, Axis. It's really a pleasure.